quite a character. He couldn't really have been the outstanding fighter pilot of the war without being a character and without having a will of his own.
What about the fishing?
Well, whenever Johnny flew to Gooseberry in Canada, where the salmon were, or to Gann in the Indian Ocean, where there was big game fishing, the aeroplane always went unserviceable for a day. And when it returned to Cottesmore, it had a smell like Billingsgate.
Thank you, Air Chief Marshal Sir Kenneth Frost. After 2 more years active service in troubled Ayton, Johnny, in the early 60s, you finally call it a day, and after being awarded a CB on top of your CBE, retire from the RAF in 1966. After your retirement, you become interested in providing housing for the elderly and the needy, and in 1969 set up the Johnny Johnson Housing Trust, which now has more than 40 homes throughout the country. The very first home was set up here at Kenley Lodge, Bramhall, Stockport, where housing manager of the trust, Jim Lunny, would like a word with you.
Hello, Johnny. I expect I'll be out of a job after helping to set you up for this one. Here at Kenley Lodge, our very first scheme, some of the Trust's original tenants are waiting to have a word with you.
Hello, Johnny. I think I must be probably one of your oldest tenants in my 90th year. I will say more or less satisfied. I think these flats are very wonderful for single people, and I hope you'll go on with the good work.
My husband and I have had 14 years of happiness at Kenley Lodge. We thank you very much and we love you very much.
It's lovely to have a war hero like you in charge of our affairs. We hope you have a lovely time tonight with your friends and enjoy it all, and don't be long before you come and see us again and tell us all about it.
Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone of the Johnny Johnson Housing Trust at Bramhall in Cheshire. Now, Danny Brown mentioned earlier your keenness for what you've termed a joust with a particular German fighter ace, which became on the press back home and in Germany a personal challenge. Now, by the time he read it, that German pilot had been shot down and very badly wounded. After the war, he wrote to you regretting he'd been unable to accept the challenge, and you wrote back inviting him to dinner. In the aftermath of war, that meeting was destined not to take place. Until now. He's here, that same German air ace, former Major Walter Mattoni.
It is better to meet us here than to shoot one another from the sky. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, Walter Mattoni. He did intend to challenge you to a whiskey drinking contest. He's forgotten that. But Johnny Walter, that is not by any means our final fly-in for you tonight. Yes, here it comes, bang on schedule.
Tangmere to Grey Cap Leader. We've landed.
Indeed they have, your grandchildren, Nick, Tim, Julia, and Nicola. One more memory, Johnny, in our V-Day tribute to you. The song you played before flying into battle. Here tonight, brother of the legendary Glenn, the Herb Miller Orchestra, the self-same song which stirred the imagination of friend and foe alike, and the self-same singer, Anne Shelton.
Underneath the lamplight by the barricades, darling, I remember the way you used to wait. Was there that you whispered tenderly that you loved me, you'd always be my lily of
Vice Marshal Johnny Johnson, top-scoring ace fighter pilot. This VE Day, this is your life.
Orders came for sailing.